That deal probably would have been his own damn poster like this over here. But the game was like probably. The stage would have been over because the flashlight would have been so much here. Yeah, well, yeah, flashlight would have gone to Chinese. Yeah, that would have.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Marcus Thorpe. It is 10:03 a.m. here this morning, and this is your first appearance. We are now streaming live. I tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, just to keep in mind with, as we discuss things this morning, what you do and do not say to me is very important. If you all are having trouble hearing me at any time here this morning, please let me know, because there are several things I'm going to go over with you prior to starting the calendar and during the calendar that are extremely important. Please listen carefully, as it will help you better understand the nature and purpose of today's proceeding. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to try your case, to take a plea, or have any legal discussions with you about the specific facts of your case. The purpose of today's hearing, however, is to inform you of what you've been charged with, advise you of certain rights, to set bond where I can, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and also to determine if you require the assistance of an attorney. Each of you, ladies and gentlemen, has the right to remain silent. Again, please do not try to tell me about the specifics of your case or any legal defense that you believe you may have. Again, we are streaming live here this morning, and so anything you say is being recorded, as well as making anyone around you a witness to what you say. Now, in addition to your right to remain silent, each of you has the right to a presumption of innocence, the right to an indictment by a grand jury for a felony or by accusation for a misdemeanor, the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense, to have an attorney represent you. And if you can't afford one, I will consider whether you qualify for the court to appoint you one free of charge. Now, if there are any of you all who here are not citizens, there may be charges that may adversely affect your immigration status. And so if that is the case with you, that you are not a citizen, you may want to consult an immigration attorney after the proceedings end today. Now, as I said, one of the major things, in addition to telling you what you've been charged with, is advising you of your bond. The bond is an amount that you pay to a sheriff's office or to a bonding company, and that will sit there until such time as your case is closed, that will allow you to be released while the case is pending. There are three ways to make bond, ladies and gentlemen. You can make bond by paying in cash, property, or by commercial bond, the use of a bonding company. And I'm going to give you an example of each. If I tell you today you are charged with aggravated assault and that your bond is $10,000 and you would like to pay that in cash to be released until your case is closed, you would pay that $10,000 plus any fees to the sheriff's office, and they would hold that money until your case is closed, and then they would return it to you. Now, if you do not have the full amount in cash, you can use a bonding company. A bonding company typically will require anywhere from 12 to 15% of your bond, but you don't get that money back. So in my example, if I tell you that you are charged with ag assault and your bond is $10,000, you would typically have to pay about $1,250, but again, that money does not get returned to you. The last way to make bond is a property bond. And so if either you or someone you know owns at least 3 times the bond in equity in their property, then they would bring the deed to their property down to the sheriff. The sheriff will hold on to that deed for the property until such time as your case is closed. Now, in addition to telling each of you, ladies and gentlemen, what you've been charged with, I'm also going to give you, where applicable, specific bond conditions. Most often, those conditions will include for you to not have contact with someone or to not go somewhere. Now, specifically, ladies and gentlemen, if I tell you to not have contact with somebody, that means don't have contact at all. That means don't text them, don't call them, don't write them, don't email, don't DM them. Don't do anything as nice as even write them a song, because that will be a violation of my bond order. If I tell you not to return somewhere, even if, ladies and gentlemen, if that's where you were living prior to being arrested, please do not return there. The only exception to that rule is once you make bond, if you do, within 10 days of your release, you have to contact the Clayton County Sheriff's Office, and they will accompany you there to get any items that are not in dispute and may belong to you. Again, your failure to abide by that could result in your being arrested and being subject to felony stalking, aggravated stalking, or influencing a witness, which are all felonies, and carry up to a $20,000 fine. Now, there may be some of you, at least a few of you, I know there are, that are currently on active felony probation. This court is not authorized, however, to set bond in those cases. And so whether bond is appropriate in your case will be considered by your probation officer at a later time. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a hearing where you, the defendant, the police officer who arrested you, the judge, and your attorney are present. It's not your trial, but it's where the judge will consider whether there is enough evidence for your case to move forward to the prosecutor. If you are charged with a felony here today, you automatically get a preliminary hearing so long as you don't bond out. If you are charged with a misdemeanor and you would like a preliminary hearing, I'm going to ask you this morning. Now, you have two options in that case if you're charged with a misdemeanor. You can either A, choose to have the preliminary hearing, or you can say, Judge, I don't want it. Go ahead, move the case a little faster, and then you can waive, in that case, your preliminary hearing. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, with that, if I could have everyone please raise your hand, your right hand, so I can administer to you the oath. Do each of you swear and affirm that the testimony you will give here this morning, as well as the information you provided in your court-appointed counsel documents, is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And if it is, I need each of you to say, I do.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Deputy, I understand we have one individual that needs an interpreter. What is the gentleman's name?
Last name Nava. Let him go to 6, please.
Ms. Johnson, if I could have you please raise your right hand.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jartu, do you swear or affirm that the information you'll provide this morning, as well as the translation from English to Spanish and Spanish to English, that you will do so appropriately? And if so, I need you to say, I do.
I do.
All right. Ms. Jartu, if you would just introduce yourself to Mr. Nava, please.
Hola, señor Nava. Buenos días. Le voy a servir de intérprete hoy día.
Can he hear us, Deputy?
He can hear you.
Señor, ¿me puede oír?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, sir. My name is Judge Thorpe,
Buenos días, señor. Yo soy el juez Thorpe
and I will be presiding over your first appearance this morning.
y voy a presidir su comparecencia inicial esta mañana.
I'm going to talk to you about what you've been charged with, and if applicable, tell you what your bond is this morning.
Voy a hablar con usted sobre los cargos imputados en su contra y si corresponde la cantidad de la fianza esta mañana.
Your bond, so that you are aware, is an amount that you will pay or can pay if you so choose to get out while your case is still pending.
La fianza es una cantidad que usted paga o va a pagar si elige pagarlo para salir en libertad de la cárcel mientras el caso siga pendiente.
Now, Mr. Cava, you have several rights, beginning with the right to remain silent.
Ahora, señor Nava, usted tiene varios derechos,
You
comenzando
have
por el derecho de permanecer callado.
You have the right to an attorney to represent you, and if you cannot afford one, I can consider appointing you one.
Tienen el derecho a un abogado para representarle y si no pudiera costear uno, yo consideraría nombrarle un abogado.
You have the right to an indictment by a grand jury for a felony or by accusation for a misdemeanor.
Tiene derecho a encauzamiento por el gran jurado cuando se trata de delitos graves o que formulan una acusación en su contra cuando se trata de delitos menores.
You have a right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Tiene derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado.
You have a right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your own behalf.
Tiene derecho a exigir la presencia de testigos para que declaren a nombre suyo.
You have a right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Tiene el derecho de ver, escuchar y interrogar testigos que citan o convocan a declarar en su contra.
You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense.
Tiene el derecho de declarar a nombre suyo o presentar pruebas en su propia defensa.
Lastly, sir, if you are not a U.S. citizen, please consider that some of these charges may adversely affect you, and so you may want to speak to an immigration attorney.
Por favor, considere si no tuviera la ciudadanía estadounidense, algunos de estos cargos podría afectarle adversamente, así que posiblemente va a querer hablar con un abogado de inmigración.
Now, sir, because you are charged with a felony, I'm going to also talk to you about what is called a preliminary hearing.
Y señor, como a usted le formularon un delito grave, voy a hablar también sobre lo que es una audiencia preliminar.
A preliminary hearing is where you, your attorney, and the judge are present to review the facts of your case.
Una audiencia preliminar es donde usted, su abogado y el juez están presentes para repasar los hechos en su caso.
Now, if I tell you that you are charged with a felony here this morning, you will automatically get a right to that hearing.
Si yo le informe que le formularon un delito grave esta mañana, automáticamente se le da el derecho a esa audiencia.
If I tell you that you only have misdemeanors remaining, then you will have to tell me whether you would like to have that hearing or have that hearing waived.
Si le informo que solamente le han formulado delitos menores, usted me puede indicar si quiere tener esa audiencia o si prefiere renunciarla.
Now, Mr. Nava, initially you were charged with felony violation of drugs, meaning you were told that you were in possession of illegal drug substances.
Ahora, señor Nava, a usted le formularon un cargo grave de tenencia de armas, es decir, que le informaron que estaba en posesión de una sustancia ilícita.
In addition to that, you were charged with no license and failure to use your headlights properly.
Además, le formularon infracciones de manejar sin licencia y no usar apropiadamente los faros del auto.
You were also charged with driving with no insurance.
También se le formularon el cargo de manejar sin seguro
And forgery in the first degree.
y falsificación en el primer grado.
Now, after reviewing the information provided to me, I have decided to dismiss the felony drug charge against you.
Después de repasar la información que me proporcionaron, yo decidí desestimar el cargo grave de tenencia de sustancias ilícitas.
So that means that all of the charges remaining against you are misdemeanors.
Eso significa que todos los cargos que quedan en su contra son delitos menores.
You understand that, sir?
¿Entiende eso, señor?
Perdón.
Excuse me?
The only charges that you have remaining are all misdemeanors.
Los únicos cargos que le quedan son delitos menores. Okay.
Now, because you are only charged with misdemeanors, sir, you have a right to that preliminary hearing that I mentioned earlier, or you have the right to waive that hearing. And I would send your case directly to the prosecutor. Would you like to have your hearing or waive your hearing, sir?
Entonces, señor, como solamente tiene delitos menores, usted tiene derecho a celebrar la audiencia preliminar o tiene derecho a renunciar a esa audiencia. Si usted elige renunciar a la audiencia, entonces yo enviaré su caso directamente al fiscal. Entonces, ¿quisiera usted renunciar o tener la audiencia?
¿La audiencia qué significa? Perdón.
And what does the hearing mean? Excuse me.
The hearing is just an opportunity before your case goes to the prosecutor or a judge here that I work with to review your case a second time.
La audiencia es para que antes de que el caso pase al fiscal, que otro juez con el cual trabajo aquí repase su caso una segunda vez.
O sea, pero para que me den el bono.
And so you mean so that I can get a bond?
No, I'm gonna give you a bond today. It's only to review the evidence before your case goes to a prosecutor. But again, you don't have to have the hearing if you don't want it.
No, señor, yo le voy a dar una fianza hoy día. Es solamente para que un juez repase el caso antes de que vaya el caso al fiscal. Pero usted no tiene que tener la audiencia si no quiere tenerla.
O si no quiero yo, no, como.
Well, then I don't know. I don't.
So, Mr. Nava, to protect you, I'm gonna go ahead and set you a preliminary hearing date, sir. Now, again, if you make your bond, then you won't have the hearings, okay?
Entonces, señor, para protegerlo, voy a programar la fecha de su audiencia preliminar. Pero repito, si usted sale en libertad bajo fianza, entonces no tendrá la audiencia.
Ya. Sí, pues,
Okay.
ya, yo
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
la fianza, pues.
And so I'll pay the bond.
Yes, I'm gonna give that to you here one moment. I just need you to understand, if you don't make the bond, then you will have a preliminary hearing court date of June 10th.
Sí, señor, le voy a dar la cantidad de la fianza dentro de un momento, pero solamente quiero informarle que si en caso de no salir bajo fianza, tendrá usted la audiencia el 10 de junio,
¿El 10 de junio? Ok.
the 10th of June. Okay.
Okay. Now, as to your bond, Mr. Nava, your bond amount in total is $7,500.
Entonces, con respecto a la fianza total es de $7,500.
Ok.
Okay.
Okay.
5,000 for the forgery,
5,000 por el cargo de falsificación,
1,000 for no insurance,
1,000 por manejar sin seguro,
1,000 for no license,
1,000 por manejar sin licencia
and $500 for failure to use your headlights.
y 500 por no usar los faros del auto.
Do you understand that, sir?
¿Entiende, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, looking over the document that you filled out this morning, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and so you will have to get your own if you would like one to assist you.
Repasando el documento que usted llenó esta mañana, usted no cumple los criterios para un abogado de oficio, entonces tendría usted que contratar a su propio abogado si va a querer uno que lo represente.
Ok.
Okay.
All right. All right, sir. Well, that's all I have for you this morning. Good luck to you.
Muy bien, señor. Es todo lo que tengo para usted esta mañana. Buena suerte.
Ok.
Okay.
Ahora bien.
All right, Ms. Toll, I think that is all we have. Deputy, that was the only Spanish-speaking person that we had. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Ms. Toll, that's all we got.
All right. Have a great Sunday and a great Mother's Day.
All right, you too, man. All right, give me one moment here. And Deputy, how do you all have the women you want to do first?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I don't want nobody to look at it. You want to play?
All right, I've got those up. If you want to bring them up.
Yeah,
I've
you're.
got- Okay. Is this Ms. Dave? Are you Ms. Davis?
Great. No, Your Honor. Ali.
What's your name, ma'am?
Ali, Luz Ali.
Okay.
It's the one that have like.
The one were you on yesterday, ma'am, and something happened?
I was at East Point and I didn't get transferred to 6:30 yesterday evening.
You said you were at East Point yesterday and then got transferred?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Give me 1 second, so I'm just locating. Okay. Okay, so Ms. Ali, you are charged here with one count of misdemeanor hit and run, meaning that they are alleging that you were at the scene of an accident when it occurred, and that shortly thereafter you failed to remain on scene, and to provide your information. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Now, this is a misdemeanor, and because this is a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right. Do you understand that?
Your Honor.
Say that again, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay, and would you like to waive that right to a preliminary hearing, or would you like to have your hearing?
waive it.
Okay, so ma'am, I am showing that you would like to waive your hearing this morning. And so once we are done here this morning, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, as to your bond, ma'am, the one count of hit and run as a misdemeanor, it does carry a bond of $1,000, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, did you fill out one of the court-appointed sheets here this morning as well?
No.
Okay. Are you working right now, ma'am?
Yes.
And how much are you earning per month?
1,000.
Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am. So you will get a lawyer free of charge, but please make sure that you fill out one of those documents so that I can turn it in saying that I'm giving you a lawyer, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
No.
All right, ma'am, then that's all I have for you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, deputy, please make sure she fills out a sheet.
Yes, we have some issues. We don't have a blank one. We'll see if we can try to find some.
Okay, I'll see if I can try to find her as well.
I appreciate
One of
that.
us can get one before too late.
Thank you.
All right. Now, are you Miss Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Davis, you were charged here with one count of reckless conduct and one count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Those are both misdemeanors, ma'am. I did review the information provided to me, and I just need to let you know first that I have dismissed the one count of, I have dismissed both charges. There is some information that should have been included in the warrant that was not. And so you are going to be released here later today. But let me tell you, Ms. Davis, I need you to understand that simply because I am releasing you here today, it does not mean that your case automatically goes away. It very well could be that the police officers will correct the mistake that they made in your documents, and your case will be brought back again. That's very possible. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But as of today, ma'am, you will be released and you will be permitted to go home, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
Will I be contacted if like it's reopened?
Well, to be honest, that's gonna be up to the police officers, whether they contact you or whether they put a warrant out. I can't answer that for you. That's outside my jurisdiction. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Step into file.
Yes.
And are you Ms. Freeman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Freeman, you were charged with one count of misdemeanor criminal trespass and one count of simple assault. The trespass carries a bond of $2,500, the assault $2,500 for a total of $5,000. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Jarrell Deese and from the address of 7874 North Main Street. Now, I believe according to the paperwork I have, ma'am, that you may have been living there. If you were, please understand, ma'am, you are not allowed to return there unless your bond is modified or your case is closed. If you make your bond, please get with the sheriff's office and they will accompany you there to get any items that belong to you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, these are misdemeanors, ma'am, so you have a right to that preliminary hearing I talked about earlier, or you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have it or waive it?
I'll waive it, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. So I am going to show here that you are waiving your right to the preliminary hearing this morning. And so once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. So that was $5,000, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Nasha Freeman.
Oh, Freeman.
Are you Ms. Howard?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. You were charged, ma'am, with one count of simple battery as a misdemeanor. Your bond amount is $2,500. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Gale Wakba as well as the Atlanta airport unless you are there for travel or for work. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Now, as to, this is a misdemeanor, ma'am. Because this is a misdemeanor, you have a right to a preliminary hearing that we talked about earlier, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing, ma'am, or waive it?
I'll waive my hearing today.
All right, ma'am, so I am showing that you would like me to waive your hearing this morning. Now, because you are waiving your hearing, that means that the deputies there will have a piece of paper for you to sign shortly, okay?
Your Honorable Judge.
All right, ma'am, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you, 1 second, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, that was me. What's your last name again, ma'am? Freeman?
It's Robin Howard.
Oh, Howard, that's right.
Yes.
All right, give me 1 second, Miss Howard.
No problem.
Forgot to talk about one thing here. So, Miss Howard,
Yes.
I see here that you are not working, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honorable Judge.
All right, so because you are not working, ma'am, I am gonna go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer as well. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that? All right, ma'am, that's the last thing I needed to do, just to make sure that I discussed that with you, but otherwise, ma'am, you are good to go. Thank you again.
Thank you as well.
So you just got to.
Okay, give me 1 second, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
All right, and are you Ms. Ricard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Ricard, you are charged here with one count of criminal trespass as a misdemeanor. You do have special conditions, ma'am, and they are to stay away from Charles Green and from the address of 2070 Lake Harbin Road. Now, ma'am, I understand that that may be a place that you were living prior to. If it is, ma'am, please understand that you are not allowed to return there unless and until you are accompanied by the police. Do you understand?
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
the apartment's in my name. I'm the leaseholder. He's not.
Okay, well, that will be something for you and your attorney to discuss. I can't assist you there, ma'am, because that information is not provided to me ahead of time to verify that. And
Yes,
so until such time as that is confirmed, ma'am, I'm gonna have to advise that you stay away. Now, if that is, again, later confirmed, then, your attorney will know what to do with that, okay?
Your Honor.
Now, ma'am, as to your bond amount, I've told you it's 7,500. You are to stay away unless you are accompanied by the police. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have that hearing or waive that hearing?
I'll waive it.
Okay, now I'm going to show that you are asking me to waive your hearing. And so what that means is, ma'am, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign this morning, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I have looked over the court-appointed information that you provided this morning. Based on the information that I have, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so if you would like an attorney, you will have to hire your own. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions of me, ma'am?
Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
What's your name?
Card.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Card, Emory, work hard.
And are you Miss Willis?
Miss Sini,
I'll say it one more time.
Miss Sini,
Okay, Queenie. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so Miss Sini, you are charged here with one count of misdemeanor, simple battery. Now, excuse me, one count of battery, and one count of cruelty to children. Those are both misdemeanors, Miss Sini. Now, because those are misdemeanors, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the preliminary hearing, ma'am. Would you like to have your hearing, or would you like to waive your right to your preliminary hearing?
I would like to wait, sir.
Okay. Is there you kind of pause for a second. Is there a concern, or do you have some questions about anything?
No, it's not been arrested.
Okay. So a couple things. One, I'm going to show that you are waiving your right to your hearing. Two, those were your initial charges, ma'am. I have, however, dismissed one of the charges. I dismissed the cruelty to children. So the only remaining charge is the 1 count of battery. Now, you do have special conditions, ma'am. They are to stay away from Lanaya Owens and from the address of 7 Willow Lane. So if that's where you were living, somewhere you were living prior to this happening, ma'am, please understand you cannot return unless your case is closed, your bond is modified, or you're with the police to accompany you to get your things, okay?
But Nadia's in Baltimore now with her father.
Okay, so then that shouldn't be a problem. So again, your bond is 5,000. I'm showed here that you've asked me to waive your right to your preliminary hearing. Lastly, Ms. Sini, are you working right now?
Yes.
And how much are you making per month, ma'am? I'm
Um,
sorry,
About 3,
say it one more time.
Yes, we go.
like 25 to 3.
Okay. Do you have any children, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you live with, well, let me ask you, the gentleman that you are living with, is he their father?
I don't live with no one.
Oh, okay. Is anyone assisting you in taking care of those children?
No, sir.
Okay. And you said between 25 and 3. I'll go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer here this morning, ma'am. And so you will get an attorney free of charge that will contact you to help you assist you on your case, okay?
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Good luck to you. That's all I have for you.
Thank you.
And are you Miss Willis?
Yes. Oh, hold on.
Singing.
You can see.
All right. Give me 1 second, Miss Willis. Just give me 1 second.
Right here.
How you say your first name?
This is Darby's name. Sean.
It is not, bro. Stop it.
Close enough.
He definitely ain't close. It ain't even with a T.
Okay, sorry about that, Ms. Willis. Ms. Willis, you were charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass. Now, because this is a misdemeanor, Ms. Willis, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have your hearing, Ms. Willis, or waive it?
I'd like to waive it.
Okay, so I am showing here this morning, Ms. Willis, that you would like to waive that hearing. And so when you and I are done speaking, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign this morning, okay?
Okay.
Now, Ms. Willis, as to your bond amount is $1,500. You do not have any special conditions here. So based on the information that you provided here to me this morning, Ms. Willis, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, ma'am. And so you will have to hire your own attorney if you would like one for you to assist you on your case. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No.
All right, ma'am, then that's all I have for you this morning. Good luck to you.
The Brown's on paper?
And I believe is that all of the females?
We have one had a question.
Your Honor, I just have one question. I
Yes,
didn't
ma'am.
about my eligibility for an attorney. I wanted to know.
What's your name again, ma'am?
Asha Freeman?
Yes, I realized that, and I think I went ahead and did it for you, but let me tell you, Ms. Freeman. I noticed that. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Freeman, I appointed you a lawyer.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Madam.
Come on, ladies.
That's it? Okay.
Is she late?
Yeah, it's fine. Come on, ladies. Hey, everybody. Come on, let's go.
First up, I have Mr. Cherry as being first.
I'm sorry, who?
I have Cherry for the gentleman, if that's it.
We have Cherry up?
And then after Cherry, I've got Clayton, and then after Clayton, I've got DeFreitas. Are you Mr. Cherry?
Yes.
Mr. Cherry, you are charged with one count of felony aggravated assault, sir. As I've reviewed the information I was provided here this morning, and based on what I've been provided, sir, I am going to place you on a no bond status. Because you're being placed on no bond, sir, I'm gonna give you 2 court dates here this morning. Your first court date is going to be your preliminary hearing. That preliminary hearing date is going to be May 9th at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Okay, so that's
Can I waive them court dates?
no, sir, you cannot.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, of course, you're definitely entitled to ask. But that first date is going to be May 9th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. The second court date is going to be your bond hearing date. I want to make sure I explain to you what that is. The bond hearing date is going to be that date where they can reconsider whether they want to grant bond to you. And so, as I said, because you're not getting any bond here today, if a second judge wants to take a look at it a month from now, they'll be able to do so on that date. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom on the 9th of June for your prelim, on the 13th for your bond hearing.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
based on the information you provided here this morning, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer, sir. So you will have a lawyer free of charge on your case, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Then I believe that's all we have this morning. Thank you.
Go on top 6.
Wago.
6. Mr. Clayton, step up.
You go together.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Clayton. Mr. Clayton, you are charged here with 1 count of driving with a suspended license, 2 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, meaning being possession of drugs, felony drugs, 1 count of dangerous drugs, and 1 count of violation of seatbelt law. The no license carries a bond of $1,500, the seatbelt $500, the 2 counts of VGCSA $3,500 apiece, and the dangerous drugs $1,000. So your total bond, sir, is $10,000. Do you understand that? Sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, based on the information you provided here this morning, sir, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case, okay? Do you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. And as to your preliminary hearing date, if you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be June 9th. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Excuse me. Yes, June 9th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything from me, sir?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Then, Mr. Clayton, I believe that's all I have for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Come on, bro.
This what?
I'm sorry, 6, please.
What?
And sir, what's your last name?
DeFreitas.
Okay. Give me 1 second here, Mr. DeFreitas.
Give me 2 years.
So I'm straight, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. DeFreitas, you were charged with 1 count of battery against a pregnant female. That is a misdemeanor, sir. Your bond amount is $5,000. And you do have a special condition, and that's to stay away from the alleged victim in this matter, a Miss Myra, I believe it's Bethea, Bethea. Do you understand that, sir? Sir, did you hear me?
Yes, sir, I heard you.
Okay. Now, are you currently working, sir?
Yes.
How much are you earning per month?
Anywhere from 4 to 5,000.
Do you know whether you still have that job if you're released?
Yeah.
Okay. So based on that, sir, I am going to have to advise you that you do not qualify for a court-appointed lawyer this morning. And so what that means is, sir, is that if you would like someone to assist you on your case, you will have to hire them yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, the last thing I need to ask you is you are charged here in this matter with a misdemeanor. Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, sir, that means you are entitled to what is called a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that preliminary hearing. Would you like to have your hearing, sir, or waive your right to that hearing?
I would like to have the hearing.
Okay. So if you don't make your bond, so again, your bond is $5,000. But if for some reason you do not make that bond and you are still in custody, your next court date, sir, is going to be June 10th at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 10th. That'll be 8:30 a.m. And that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that, sir?
Sir.
Do you have any questions of me?
You said stay away from her. Can she stay away from me?
Well, to be honest with you, if you stay away from her, then you all shouldn't have contact with one another. But I mean, if you're
What if she
concerned,
come to my house?
hold on. If you're concerned about that, let me tell you. 8:30 a.m. Let me tell you that if you're concerned about that, sir, I would advise you to call the police and let them know that because that may be a criminal violation. You know, I'm not your attorney, so I can't advise you of any potential violations that may happen as a result of that. But you got to protect yourself because ultimately, if she's having contact with you, you may be the one that gets placed in the custody. Okay, so I would speak to your lawyer, advise him of your concerns, but be careful about that as best you can. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Number 6, please, sir.
I have Glenn, then I have Garcia, Glenn, Garcia, and Garrison. Are you Mr. Glenn?
Yes, sir. It's 6.
So, Mr. Glenn, you are charged with one count of felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, one count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, one count of aggressive driving, and one count of criminal damage to the second. Your bond on the aggressive driving is $500. I have given you a no bond on the remaining charges. You do have special conditions, sir, and you're to stay away from the alleged victim, a Mr. Jonathan Strickland. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, because you're on a no bond, I'm going to give you 2 court dates here. The first date is going to be your preliminary hearing date. The second date is going to be your bond hearing date. The bond hearing date being the day where they can reconsider whether they would like to grant you bond at a later time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Now, as to those court dates, that preliminary hearing date, sir, is going to be June 9th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's June 9th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. That bond hearing date is going to be June 13th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's June 13th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Number 6, please, sir.
Are you Mr. Glenn?
Mr. Garcia?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Garcia. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So, Mr. Garcia, you are charged here with one count of improper lane change that carries a bond of $500, one count of driving with no license, a bond of $1,500, one count of DUI carries a bond of $500, one count of open container $500, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce $500. So your total bond, sir, on those is $8,500. These are all misdemeanors, Mr. Garcia. So you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive your right to the hearing?
I would like to make bond.
Okay, I mean, you do have that right, and if you make your bond, you're gonna waive your right to that hearing automatically. But if you don't make your bond, do you want to have that hearing scheduled for you, or do you want to waive that right and just say, I don't, you don't want it at all?
Is there a
So,
difference?
so here's what I'm gonna do, sir, just to protect you,
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and set that hearing for you. It's
Okay.
gonna be, if you don't, again, only if you don't make your bond, it's gonna be June 10th at 8:30 a.m. And that's gonna be via Zoom. And again, that's only if you don't make your bond for some reason again, okay? June 10th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom, just like you are here this morning. One last thing I need to tell you, Mr. Garcia, is I've reviewed the information you provided to us this morning, and based on the information that I have here, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so if you would like one to assist you on your case, you will have to hire your own. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
One question. You said it was 8,500.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And what's your name, sir?
Matavius Garrison.
All right, so Mr. Garrison, you were charged here with one count of aggravated assault. I am no bonding you here this morning on that matter. Just so I do need to let you know that. Mr. Garrison, I have looked at the information you provided to me this morning. I am going to give you a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be June 9th. It's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Do you understand those things, sir?
Yes, sir. But I ain't gonna lie, I really already have a lawyer.
I know you do. So here's what I would tell you. When they go to appoint you a lawyer, let them know that you already do have one because you have other things going on here. And then that way, they should be able to go ahead and let that lawyer handle everything, okay?
All right.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yes. Next.
I've got Hale next, Hale. Are you Mr. Hale?
Yes.
Mr. Hale, you are charged here with one count of misdemeanor battery and one count of criminal damage to the second degree as a felony. Now, sir, because you are charged with felonies here, I'm going to give you a preliminary hearing date if you don't make the bond that I've given you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be June 9th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Now, I need to be honest with you. On your bond, sir, on that battery, I'm giving you a bond of $5,000. On the criminal damage, I am putting you on a no bond this morning because my information shows that you are currently on probation out of DeKalb County for at least another year. Now, you do have special conditions, sir. You got a couple here. They are to stay away from Karen Randall, to stay away from the address of 7465 Davidson Parkway. And until such time as your case is indicted or accused, sir, the probation is going to get with you about doing 2 random drug screens and or alcohol screens per month. Do you understand that?
Yeah, so you said I have no bond until
No bond on the felony criminal damage, $5,000 on the battery. You are to stay away from Miss Randall and the address of 7465 Davidson Parkway, and you will submit to 2 random drug and alcohol screens per month.
But when will I be able to have a bond for the second charge?
So I'm gonna tell you. So you got that preliminary hearing date on the 9th. You're gonna have a second court date on the 13th of June. That's where you'll be able to be reconsidered for bond. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Yes, sir. And are you Mr. Johnson?
Sir.
All right, give me 1 second, Mr. Johnson. All right, so Mr. Johnson, you are charged here with 1 count of cruelty to children as a misdemeanor and 1 count of battery family violence as a misdemeanor. As to your bond, sir, your bond amount on the cruelty to children is $3,500. On the battery, sir, I've given you a no bond. I'm showing here that you are currently on probation out of Chatham County in Savannah. you do have special conditions, sir, if and when you're given bond on that misdemeanor. You are to stay away from Cacrecia Parks and the address of 2201 Stratford Circle. Do you understand that, sir? Sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now again, please stay away from that address. If you're given a bond later on, just understand that you have to be escorted by the police to go to that address. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to end up with any additional charges. Now, I'm going to give you 2 court dates here. Your first court date is going to be your preliminary hearing date. That's going to be June 9th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Then you're going to have a bond hearing date, June 10th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then you're going to have a bond hearing date that's going to be June 13th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Just like, okay, by me. I got one question.
Yes, sir.
By me, I guess by me having to sit and wait now with no bond to the next court date, that's kind of like, now I'm dealing with a situation where I would have to, even if I get a bond on June 13th, I would still have to interfere with dealing with Chatham County. You see what I'm saying? Due to the fact that I was arrested for this charge.
Correct. So, I mean, I can't give you legal advice, but it's likely at some point Chatham County is going to take a warrant out for you. And whether it's before or after you deal with this case, they're going to bring you back down there and decide whether they want to revoke your bond or not. I mean, not your bond, but revoke your probation.
So what about if the case being dismissed before then?
You're asking me for legal advice. I'm not permitted, sir, to give you that.
Okay.
But that would be between your probation officer, you and your attorney.
So I only got one bond on one charge and a bond on no other charge.
That's correct. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Should be Mr. Kendrick Marshall, and then after that, I've got McDonald and Monroe. Are you Mr. Marshall?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Marshall, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor public indecency that carries a bond of $2,000, sir. That is a misdemeanor. So would you like to have your preliminary hearing or waive your preliminary hearing?
Have it, but I thought they had dismissed it Thursday.
No, sir, that's not correct. So I am showing that you wish to waive your preliminary hearing. So after you and I are done here this morning, sir, the deputy will have a piece of paper that you will need to sign. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, sir, I have gone ahead and granted you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case, Mr. Marshall. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Yazid McDonald.
So, Mr. McDonald, were you seen yesterday?
Go back down there.
Were you seen yesterday?
Hey, I got that.
By the court system, no. By the judge, no.
Okay. So, Mr. McDonald, I'm gonna have to hold on you and find your warrants because they didn't give me your warrants, sir. So, can we just set him aside for a second, deputy?
Yes.
Go and sit.
I've got Monroe next on mine. Are you Mr. Monroe?
Yeah.
Mr. Monroe, you are charged with 1 count of aggravated assault as a felony, sir. I am going to place you on a no bond status here this morning. I'm going to give you 2 court dates here. The first court date, sir, is going to be your prelim date. That's going to be June 9th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Your second date, sir, is going to be your bond hearing date where they can reconsider bond for you. That's going to be June 13th, also at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Monroe?
No.
All right, sir. And that's all I have for you. Good luck to you, sir. All right, give me 1 second here, sir. Are you Mr. Wynn?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Wynn, you are charged here initially with 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act with the intent to distribute, excuse me. You were charged with 1 count of DUI, 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, and you were also charged with 1 count of drug-related objects. Now, let me tell you this, Mr. Wynn, there's some information that the officer was supposed to provide here that he did not. Because he failed to do so, sir, I've dismissed the drug charge, the DUI, and the firearm. So the only thing you have remaining is the misdemeanor drug-related object.
Okay.
Now, that is a misdemeanor, sir. Would you like to therefore have your preliminary hearing on that or waive your right to that preliminary hearing on the drug-related object charge?
I don't know. What should I do?
So I can't answer that for you. So to better protect you, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and set that hearing date for you.
Okay.
Now, if you make your bond, then that hearing date goes away. If you
Okay.
don't make your bond, then you'll have that over Zoom. Your bond hearing on that one count of drug-related objects is $1,000, okay? Now, are you working right now?
I was doing DoorDash.
Okay, about how much do you make a month doing that?
I just started.
Okay, so because of that, sir, I am gonna go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So again, your bond is $1,000. I've given you a lawyer free of charge. If you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be June 10th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. I've dismissed all of the charges but the drug-related object, which is the only one remaining, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions I can answer for you, sir?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Peterson, I believe is next. Are you Mr. Peterson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Peterson, you are charged with one count of misdemeanor theft by shoplifting, sir. Because that is a misdemeanor, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, sir, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have that hearing or waive it? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I will set that hearing date for you. So if you,
will be. I would have no judge, I would have no lawyer to like waive it, right?
no, you're gonna have a lawyer either way. So let me just set it for you. Let me set it for you. So if you don't make your bond, sir, your next court date is gonna be June 10th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. I am gonna give you a lawyer, so you're gonna get a lawyer free of charge, okay? So you don't have to worry about paying for it. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me tell you your bond here. Give me 1 second. Your bond amount for that one count of theft by shoplifting, sir, is $1,500. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you do have a special condition, sir. So if you make that bond, you have to stay away from 4735 Jonesboro Road. That's where this is alleged to have happened. It's supposed to be a Family Dollar, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. That's all I have for you this morning. Good luck to you. Are you Mr. Rowland?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rowland, you are charged here with one count of felony criminal damage, one count of burglary, and one count of theft by taking, all as felonies. I'm showing, sir, that you're currently on probation out of Coweta County. So based on that, sir, I cannot legally grant you bond here this morning. So you will have 2 court dates coming up that I'm going to give you here. You're going to have 1, a preliminary hearing date on June 9th, 2, a bond hearing date where they can reconsider bond on June 13th at 8:30 a.m. and both of those will be via Zoom. So again, the prelim on the 9th, the bond hearing on the 13th. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. But be careful now because this is being recorded, so you don't want to start talking about your case.
Oh, no. I was talking about the one in Coweta County. That was a 5-2, and I haven't been in trouble for like that's been about 5 years.
Okay, so then I mean they'll correct it then because what I've got on your criminal history is saying it's still outstanding. So until they rectify that, I got to go with the information I have. Okay.
All right.
Other than that, sir, the only other thing I need to tell you is I reviewed the information you provided. You do not qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. So in order to have a lawyer to assist you on your case, you will have to hire your own. Do you understand that?
Sir.
All right, sir. Any other questions I can answer for you?
Okay, sir.
All right, good luck to you. And are you Mr. Ransom?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Ransom, you are charged here with one count of driving on a suspended license, sir. Now, that is a misdemeanor. I have reviewed your information here this morning, sir, and I am going to go ahead and release you. And so you will be out while your case is pending, okay?
Right.
Now, I'm gonna let you know I am gonna appoint you a court-appointed lawyer here this morning. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you as well in your case. Do you understand that? The only last thing I'll tell you, Mr. Ransom, before you walk out that door, please let them know I have released you on the license charge, the failure to change your address, and the tag light. But you want to make sure, Mr. Ransom, that they have the best address for you, because once you walk out, the only way you'll know what your next court date will be is they're going to mail it to you. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I missed it the first time because I moved and I tried to explain that to them, but
Okay. Well, now you know I'm telling you the way to do it. Make sure that they got that correct address, okay?
thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Yeah, something.
Yep, he needs to sign.
You got a sign.
Come on. Yes, I'm.
And your name, sir?
Stevens, Jeremy.
All right, so Mr. Stevens, you were charged with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass. That carries a bond of $3,000, sir. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Aaron Gates and from the address of 1020 Ferguson Court. Do you understand that, sir?
So,
Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to that hearing. Would you like to have your hearing, sir, or waive it?
you explain that a little bit?
Sure. The preliminary hearing is where you are present, the judge is present, and your attorney are present. It is not your trial, however. It's where they will go over the evidence with you and consider whether there is enough evidence to move forward on your case or not. You can choose to tell me, Judge, I want to have that hearing, in which case, great, I'll set a date for you. And then if you make your bond before that hearing date comes up, the hearing goes away. Or you can say, Judge, I don't even want to bother with the hearing. Just go ahead, I'll waive, and it'll move your case. It will move it a little faster to the prosecutor.
You could, baby.
Okay. So I am showing that you would like me to waive your hearing this morning, Mr. Stevens. And so once you and I are done here this morning, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. Now, I'll need you to understand, I have given you a court-appointed lawyer here this morning, Mr. Stevens. And so you will get a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case as well, okay?
All right. So, you said, what was the bond?
$3,000. All right?
When
All right, good luck to you, sir.
can that be paid?
So the paper go, sir? Walk around. Hey, step up, sir.
And what is it? Is your name Thompson?
Bring
Yeah, so Mr. Thompson, they didn't give me your paperwork either.
Oh.
That might have been on the first email she sent saying he was continuance. I don't know if it's on there or not.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna look at again and
That's what I
see.
remember seeing. And I don't know about McDonough. I don't remember seeing anything on him.
I didn't either.
I can look real fast as well.
So that was the one sent at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mr. Thompson wasn't on the list.
He was on a. Only I saw was the first email she first sent out before they even sent
Right.
everything.
And
else.
then it has Mr. McDonald. So the email I got said Mr. McDonald need to be continued until tomorrow. He was scheduled for, I think that's saying 5/12 that he was supposed to come
Yeah,
up instead.
I see that.
So Mr. McDonald can be taken back, and then for whatever reason, Mr. Thompson wasn't placed on there, so I'm gonna just have to continue him for tomorrow
Okay.
and make sure they're done. that he gets done then. So with that, is that everyone we have?
That is.
So I can't get no fun today?
No, sir, unfortunately, I'm gonna make sure they handle you tomorrow because I don't have your paperwork with me. All right, so then Thompson will be continued, McDonald will be continued, and I believe Juan Rivera.
OTB already.
Okay, so he is out. All right, then we're good to go.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Oh,